Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another fire episode of Red Pill Tamales RPT. Brr, brr, brr. We got Dr. Juan in the building. Yo, is that name gonna stick? Juan Perez, comedian Juan Perez. Chingo Bling, coconut extraordinaire. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the building.
It's gonna come out later. They're gonna be like, "You ain't no doctor, doc."
Yeah. Who is this Dr. Juan character you trying to do? But shout out to everybody that's been coming out to the shows, man. Shout out to everyone that's been purchasing the Red Pill Bling coffee online, chingobling.com, orders shipping out. This is handcrafted in the USA. Shout out to Grind Ops Coffee Co. It's a collaboration we did. 100% Arabica beans. I don't know how he made it taste the way it tastes, but
Tastes like America.
I don't know how he roasts it, but the blend, it is just, for all my coffee connoisseurs out there, even though right now I'm having a little espresso from somewhere else, but don't worry about that part.
Don't worry about that.
You know, we here at the office, I ain't feel like doing a whole bunch of brewing and stuff, but this is what we drink at the house. I definitely get high off my own supply. So this first clip I want to pull up, you know, it's from the hip hop world. So, you know, I still got one foot in the game. If you couldn't tell by the hat, baby, you know what I'm saying? Still got a young spirit at heart.
Yeah.
Shout out to Just for Men.
Got more stuff coming out this year.
For sure, yeah. I gotta
Next year.
Yeah, for sure. But check out this clip, man. I know this gentleman. This clip right here by D1.
With you.
There you go.
That's what it is, bro.
Yep.
And so if anybody feel bad about being called out, it's like let's talk. Let's talk about it and let's just figure out what we can do better. But at the end of the day, guess what's not changing? The word of God ain't changing.
Okay.
There's death and life in the power of the tongue, Proverbs 18 and 21. That's not changing. And trying with this foolish argument that it's just entertainment. This ain't real. Mm-hmm. How many more people gotta die in the hood, man? How many people at the end of the day lives gotta get ruined and poisoned, and how many rappers gotta get killed for us to be like, come on, man, when it's hip hop, it's a whole culture, and it's implied that this is autobiographical and this is non-fiction tales that people are telling. How much does that have to happen? So don't hit me with that. People just don't want to confront the reality, not be honest with you.
There you go.
That's what.
So D1, I feel, cannot lose this debate because he is saying the facts, he's saying the truth, and there's no way you could justify that there's any good that could come from this type of hip hop that's being made and these kind of lyrics and all this negativity that I feel like is just exacerbating problems in certain communities. So shout out to D1 for getting Meek Mill to respond, getting Rick Ross to respond. You know, it's powerful, man. I'm glad somebody said it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just the things that people listen to. I think, I know. I don't know if it's just because I'm older now or what it is, but like just thinking about like the words do matter. The words do matter. Like what you're playing in your head. That's why whenever you listen to a song, like an older song that you listen to, and you're like, is that what I was saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you get older, you're like, hold up, wait, what have I been singing?
I wanna rock, I wanna rock, I wanna rock. Doodle brown, boom, doodle brown. Shake that thing, baby. Yo, we used to listen to some crazy music.
Right, but the beat was so good that you were just like,
yeah.
You were like, man, this is make you
Pop,
feel
pop,
good.
Pop the thing, baby.
And then you listen to it, it's like, what am I? Hold up,
what am I promoting?
It's like, whoa,
it's like we some head busters. We some head busters.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean that stuff does matter, and I think
down for my hitters, strictly for my hitters. F the mother hitters, cause I'm down for my hitters. That's a clean version, by the way. That's a radio version.
it's a clean version, yeah. But I think at the end of the day, we need to be more conscious, especially with snowflake people. Like, imagine now you have them and like they're singing these words in their head over and over and over again, and that shit's constantly on their mind, whatever it could
like incantation.
be. Yeah, well, incantation, it could be, I mean, that may be overdoing it for some people, but like, just, I mean, whatever you need to say to yourself to make you feel better, but like
their frequency.
It's literally
vibration.
Telling it into your head over and over again. It's basically you're chanting something. You're basically telling yourself something over and over and over again. That's why it's stuck in your head. That when somebody pops off, you could just lose it on somebody. Like, I mean, just based on the shit you say.
If you were the devil, you would love to be able to control the music, because he who controls the music controls the people. And especially when it comes to, I mean, It's not limited to like black music. Obviously, we could have a whole conversation about corridos and narco cultura and all that. But specifically, just for black music, it went from like Earth, Wind, and Fire. You know what I'm saying? Like Curtis Mayfield. It was like social commentary. Marvin Gaye. It was like love and oxytocin. It's like, I want to hold your hand type of stuff. And then all of a sudden, the genre that I benefited from, the genre that I made and still make for many years. I mean, still to this day. But then like hip hop comes about, and I fell into the justification, the way it was justified by saying like, well, there's just, social commentary. They're talking about what they're seeing in their community. NWA, they saw police brutality, so that's why they made F the Police. And, Ghetto Boys, they saw these things, so they talked about this, and UGK saw this, and they presented it that way. But some stuff, bro, it's just like booty hole brown, coochie pink. You know what I mean? We got to draw the line at coochie pink. Yeah. Like what is Frankie Beverly and Maze, like Zapp and Roger. Like, what are these people like? Is that the best y'all could do? Like the elder statesmen, you imagine like Michael Jackson or James Brown hearing some of this stuff and just being like, why are y'all saying booty hole brown, coochie pink? Like, why is the top song Ski, which has jamming ass beat, by the way?
What's your message? What are you trying to communicate? Like, remember when you pass away, what's the legacy you left behind, or what's the one thing you?
Like, she was most known for making the Plan B pill song, eating Plan Bs with her friends in Vegas, viral videos, twerking on an ambulance.
Yeah, that's gonna be your body of work. It's gonna be, Yeah, and then you're influencing like the younger generations in the rap, and it just keeps getting worse and worse. Now you got mumbling.
I mean, how you think I feel, bro? Like now I'm performing for the Border Patrol, and it's like I can't even do half my songs. I can't even be like,
So you think it's like an age? Well, I mean, Rick Ross is old, so I mean,
he's making that money, so he probably keep it going.
Like, hey man,
I can sleep at night.
My business.
I wake up in my mansion. I can sleep at night. I'll look at my $1 million mirror.
His Tempur-Pedic bed feel nice.
But thank you for bringing him up, because he obviously got in his feelings because he started replying to D1, who he started trying to belittle him, deflect, and was like, when you pressing out 20,000 turkeys, then you question boss. When you done purchase all the tricycles and the bicycles in the community, thousands of... Oh, yeah, we didn't play Rick Ross's reply. But that's what it was. When you passing out tricycles, then you could question Rose. And it's like, wait, so you're justifying making songs about putting bags of money on people's head and putting hits on people and spinning the block and all this, which if you zoom out, it's like, let me say this, man, before I go on that subject. So back in the day, I liked that every once in a while there would be a conscious rap song. Like back in the day, they had there was like a whole run. You had many conscious type of hip hop artists you could choose from, but there would be songs like All in the Same Gang or Self-Destruction. It ain't nothing but self-destruction. And then each artist is basically talking down on the negative stuff, like almost like you might be too young, but like Queen Latifah made a song called Unity, Unity, but they're all trying to call out the negativity,
Yeah, because I think it's interesting because the part that I find interesting is I think did they all start? They all start from somewhere, right? But it's almost like a journey. If like with some of these people,
like do you evolve?
It's like a journey. It's like a journey of like I started like here. I got to a certain place where it's like, oh, I can actually relax a little. Like I don't have to watch my back anymore. Mm-hmm. Like or shit,
like I don't live in the hood anymore.
Yeah, and so then your message starts to change because you as a person start to change, and it's like
sometimes
a reflection. Sometimes they don't. But then
like they got their kids in private school and shit, and they got resources and they done made it out, and now they're like in the entertainment industry, but you're still having to conjure up lyrics about, setting it off in the club.
Yeah, but the ones that don't, like.
Go ahead and yawn, my brother. If you got a yawn, don't fight it.
I was trying to.
How many hours you sleep you get last night?
I only had one C4 today, guys.
How many hours of sleep you get last night, my brother?
I got enough. I got enough.
So what does that mean?
I don't. It's a wholesome nap.
What does that mean? 4 hours?
Yeah.
Dang. Okay.
It was something.
Better than the night before. Some of these nights it was like 2 hours.
Oh no, that was just one night. I think it was the night before the second show.
I hope you guys appreciate the amount of work that Dr. Juan is putting in. But anyway, go on, my brother.
Yeah. No, but I think I don't know, because it's hard to say, because then they get famous because of that, and then they have to, and they can repackage it or whatever, but like it's almost like they have to reinvent themselves in a way, because what got them there is what people are expecting from them, and so for them to just change all of a sudden, it's kind of.
I feel like you gotta evolve, because it's just, to me, it's so weird. If like, I mean, I haven't heard anything that 50 Cent put out recently, but it'd be weird if he's like, new song, guys, and he's just talking about like a whole bunch of gangster shit. Where it's like, bro, you're making TV shows right now, bro.
In which he could probably rap about business, being a businessman type of thing. I bet you can come out from that point of view, but I think that's that, like, as an artist, like whether it's a comedian or a rapper or anything like that, like I think you can kind of change with your message type of thing. Like how does it relate to you? What is your stories behind it, and like how do you integrate?
Yeah, because like lately when I get in the studio, like I don't want to be conflicted. I don't want to be sitting there forcing something that I'm not gonna feel right performing or saying or shooting a music video for it. You know what I mean? Like, you will get writer's block if you're trying to like if you're coming up with some like club lyrics in the VIP, this, and it's like, bro, I don't even like being in the club. It's like, I don't even like none of that. I don't like DJing is fun, but I don't want to just stand on your couch in your VIP. It's like, I don't need a whole bottle. I'm not going to drink a whole bottle.
Maybe put that in there.
I don't hit
looking at
order
the bottle.
A shot, order one shot, maybe two at most. These days I need sleep. Here's a toast to the future. Gotta wake up early, get my Z's, zinc and magnesium before I hit the bed. Wake up and read Proverbs. Knowledge for your head.
Yeah, there you go.
20,000 turkeys for your question, rose. 20,000 turkeys. He should drop a song.
Bro, I mean, that was kind of, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like, not to be like disrespectful to Rick Ross, but like that's it's kind of pathetic. Hey man, when you come to me with my turkey, it's, bitch, nobody likes turkey. What the fuck?
Yeah. And it's like almost anybody could go. Dude, I remember the first time, I think me and Lucky, I gotta call Lucky and see if he remembers any of this. But like, if I'm not mistaken, my dear friend Lucky Luciano, if I'm not mistaken, he called me. This is a long time ago, probably early 2000s. We probably only had like a handful of mixtapes under our belt, and just young kids. And I could have swore he called me and was like, hey man, shit, you doing a turkey giveaway? Because we're doing one over here. We're going to pass out some turkey. I'm like, well, damn, bro, how much money does it take? Like feeding families? Like how many? Like for how long? And, you know, I'm just thinking in my head, like, well, where are you going to put them all? And then they're frozen and you give them sides too. And how much is all that cost? And it was one of those, it's like, nah, bro, it's like really cheap. Like we did the math type of thing where it's like, dude, you can get a little 12-pound butterball or whatever it was. I don't remember the price.
Oh, you buy in bulk is probably cheaper, huh?
It was just one of those things where it's like, bro, for like $300 we can like floss and pretend, you know what I mean? Like that we fucking are Nino Brown in New Jack City.
And you're literally poisoning people with that fucking shitty turkey.
With the turkey?
Yeah, with all the little preservatives.
My point is people don't
GMOs.
My point is people don't get that impressed no more off of free turkey. So shout out to D1.
You throw in that what's that little red thing during Thanksgiving?
Cranberry sauce.
Yeah, you throw in some cranberry sauce. Now we talk.
Do you fuck with cranberry sauce?
No.
You don't like it at all? Have you tried it?
I
have to talk to you like my kids. Like, have you tried it though?
I have, but I tried it twice. I didn't like it.
2 times in your life,
and I didn't like it. I tried it different times.
You done had 30-something Thanksgivings.
Yeah,
and you tried it a few times. And what don't you like about it?
I just don't like it. I don't know if it's maybe it's too sweet. I just didn't like it. It just didn't go together with stuff.
Really?
I'd prefer.
That's part of the Thanksgiving.
Nah, man. I would prefer just the turkey, the dark meat, and then the
gravy
stuffing.
You do gravy?
I don't know.
Not even gravy. You like dry turkey?
Gravy. Yeah, hell yeah. The right turkey.
The what?
The right type. Like it doesn't have to be dry, but I mean it's just good turkey. Like
some good juicy turkey.
Good juicy turkey.
But do you fuck with stuffing?
Stuffing.
Okay.
Mashed potatoes.
All right. No gravy on there? Is gravy on the mashed potato? What do you have against gravy?
Nothing. I just don't like extra shit that don't need to be on it. I don't know.
You don't like the flavor of?
No, it's just like the food the way it comes most of the time. Even with like Chinese food, I don't really put too much sauce or anything. I don't add any extra sauce. However it comes, it comes.
You don't like brown gravy? Okay, let me ask you this: if you get the chicken tenders at Whataburger, do you get the gravy with it? The white gravy?
No.
You don't like the white gravy?
You know what I will ask for if they have it, and not even there, but like just in general, like buffalo sauce. They got buffalo sauce, I'll dip it.
Okay. Okay. So he likes some sauces. All right. So your idea of Thanksgiving turkey does not include gravy or cranberry sauce. Mm-mm. Have you ever made a leftover turkey sandwich, like a leftover Thanksgiving dinner sandwich, like with the rolls and?
I would make like flautas and stuff with it. Like the leftover turkey.
Really?
My mom would just go on a thing and just like do a bunch of like flautas, dude. And those flautas go hard.
That's creative. Did she put sour cream and like?
She puts like cheese in it sometimes and some weird shit. Like I'm like, huh, okay. Like just to like change it up. Like some of them would just be regular turkey. Some of them will be like turkey and cheese. Turkey.
Do you like Thanksgiving ham?
Yeah, that's fine, but I don't really care for it.
What about rolls?
Yeah.
Okay. What about green bean casserole?
Green bean casserole, I fucks with.
What about desserts?
Maybe like a pie. Nothing too crazy. Maybe like a little bit. I don't really do too much of the sugar. I don't have a sweet tooth.
Yeah. No, I feel you though.
I don't have a sweet tooth.
As they say in my ranch, empalaga. It just it's just overwhelming. Like for example, my wife, she brought some like oatmeal raisin cookies and chocolate chip cookies from Whole Foods. And we were out of town, but like the kids haven't really gotten into them, maybe because they're from Whole Foods, I don't know. And then my sister-in-law brought some pan dulce. So I'm like, damn, now the cookies are gonna go stale because everybody's gonna go for the pan dulce. But anyway, I
prefer pan dulce over cookies.
They love pan dulce, especially the specific. That bakery we go to is fire, bro. You just gotta try. I mean, what pan dulce do you like? Let me know. Pick your poison, and then we'll make some calls. We'll facilitate it, my brother.
We'll talk.
My people call your people. What kind of pan dulce?
I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff I like. I would just go.
Everybody usually knows.
There'd just be a white bag, and then.
Everybody usually knows their thing. Some people are like, I don't fuck with marranito. Some people are like strictly pineapple empanada. Some people are conchas.
Conchas are good. I don't know if that counts. What are those brown ones?
The pig? The little shape of the animal?
Yeah, well, no, it's just like brown. It looks almost like a pie. What is that?
A brown pie?
Yeah, it's like a half moon. I don't know.
Empanada?
Yeah, empanada.
Okay, yeah,
like empanadas are good.
Pie.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, well, Juan's learning about pan dulce.
There we go.
Here on there. Yo, can we skip that DNA? Excuse me, yo.
Yeah.
The DNA one. You want to talk about Miss Pat, how she rants for the ladies?
Yeah.
Let's watch this clip.
Been married 30-some years. He ain't cheating.
That's right.
He ain't got time.
Drop on the clues bombs for Miss Pat's husband.
You got a name. Say his name.
Faithful black man.
My husband's name is Garrett. I've never had a cheating problem out of it. And that's just my second one.
Look at God.
I feel like that's rare.
No, well, the problem is y'all just give it up too quick.
Okay, talk to me, Pat.
You know what's wrong with y'all young
Tell him,
girls?
Miss Pat.
Y'all be out here showing everything. It's nothing for the man to desire. Everybody want to be like Sexy Ray. Nothing wrong with it. That lady's performing. But y'all be running around here at Walmart with your cats hanging out, your butts, everything.
They gotta let it
fake.
breathe. That STI kicking their ass, Miss Pat. They got to let it breathe.
Well, then that's why you pass gas to let the STDs vaporize out your But yeah, that's the problem. Y'all too quick to jump in it. We had a 90-day rules. You had to date somebody for 90 days.
Joan Clayton, let's go.
I don't think that 90-day rule didn't work no more.
You're not listening with the intent to understand.
And
you want to reply.
You was with him for a whole year before you went and did something nasty and freaky. Y'all do it right there behind Taco Bell.
Damn.
Wait, huh?
I'm just saying, y'all young girls, y'all, then you wonder why you ain't got no man. Then you wonder why your vagina walk off and leave you when you're in your late 20s.
Miss Pat has her wisdom. Ladies, y'all got to peep game. I agree with her. You know, nobody's gonna really take you serious if you're just a little bit too free out there, a little bit too liberally, progressively out there. Even though, you know, I was young at one point, and you know, I wasn't really judgmental back then.
Yeah, I think if you give it, if you give in too early, you look kind of desperate. It just looks kind of bad. Like, cause, okay, like business wise, almost like a business, like for salesmen, like sales and any kind of thing like that, like the leverage and all that stuff. So basically, if you give it to somebody too easily, especially like a guy that's like, they're gonna try, right? They're gonna try, like they're gonna what is it called?
Test the waters.
You're gonna test the waters. They're gonna try to
finesse you out your drawers. Is what he's trying to say.
Yeah, but they're gonna dote on you. They're gonna try to, like, you know, they're gonna try. What's that word? There's like a
courtship.
Yeah, they're gonna court you and try to whatever. That's at least how it used to be. Nowadays, you know, it's just like a swipe and it's like it's all, you know. Anyways, if you give it away too early, if you give it away too fast, it like no offense to any of you that do that, but like it cheapens you in a way. Like if you, let's just say you're the product, like you basically have cheapened yourself. Like you're showing you don't have to put a lot of effort for me. I'm giving it away. And then that makes the guy think, if you gave it away too early for me, who else did you give it to? And how many people? And then now there's questions. And now there's like,
now it's kind of like,
are you on your phone a lot? What's going on?
Yeah.
And it's more of those rather than being engaged in the conversation, because now they're looking at you like, I mean,
instead of like, I found a good one, it's like, man, I got this little freak.
Yeah, it's like, how many times can I get this out of her? You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. And it becomes about that and not really like taking you serious. While the other way of like holding out, and not even saying like you want to hold out, like don't make it a game, but at least have some type of respect for yourself, that you're not just giving it away to anybody. Like give it away to somebody that you actually want to be in a relationship with or could look towards making some kind of future with. And that's going to be able to hold you out for a while and really understand what that guy's intentions were. Because if the guy's intentions were to get into a relationship with you, then they don't mind waiting. The only guys that are going to be rushed are the same thing for girls. The only guys or girls that are going to be rushing you to have sex are going to be the ones that want to be done with you faster than normal. Otherwise, they would wait in a certain way. That's where I see it.
It's called cold showers, ladies and gentlemen. Cold showers. But yeah, that was I love your take on that. If you guys have daughters, play what he just said on loop and get that incantation all up in your household. But Miss Pat, I love her, man. Her whole style is just so like honest and just to the freaking point, and I think that's what makes her so funny.
And I think I need, dude, more women need to step up like Miss Pat. Like more women need to outwardly say these things, because men saying it, like us saying it, like we can give you our takes on it, but at the end of the day, we just look like misogynists or whatever. But if other women are actually standing up, it's going to empower other women. And I hate using that word, but like, it's going to let other women know, like, hey, it's okay to not give it up. Like, just because all these other people are giving it up, you don't have to be a part of that. You could actually respect yourself and have some kind of like you can have some kind of character rather than just giving it up like everybody else is doing it because it's a thing. And then, you know, when they're 30 or 40 and they're still alone, they're not going to have any, like, they're going to feel like cheapened, and they're not going to have any respect for themselves. While, let's say you just don't find anybody until you're 30 or 40, but at least you have some kind of self-respect to where it's like, yeah, I didn't find the right one yet, but I'm okay with myself.
It just changes the dynamic.
You don't feel used.
Yeah, it changes the dynamic, and you set yourself up for like, if you're that person that's like, I just can't find a good man, or like, why am I still single, or and all this stuff, and it's like, well, are you also, you know, so what you got out there on the market?
Yeah, because if you find that person, if you find a person that you're going to get in a relationship with, at least you know whether that's a guy or girl. At least you know either one of y'all, because you just weren't giving it away, whether you're a guy or girl. You can actually have like some confidence in that your partner's going to be like, oh, I have I have respect for him because he waited, or whatever it is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could actually hold your head up high and not be like, yeah, my number's like 50 or 200 or something crazy.
Damn.
It's literally like, oh, so you were just with anybody, and it kind of makes them look at you like,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Not sure I want.
I'm glad we got found each other.
Yeah.
Glad you settled for me.
Yo, I feel like that DNA clip is a perfect segue. Go back to it.
Yeah.
All right, this clip right here is talking about how you can become entangled through DNA with people.
Giving this person a part of yourself, and it'll never go away. Women take on the men that they sleep with, even in personality.
Oh wow! Oh,
so yeah. Now you heard probably old heads say, be careful who you let braid your hair or who you eat after, right? Because spirits attract.
Yes.
But it's more like DNA. Damn. And I try to make it short, but these two scientists did an experiment where they were just testing saliva to see what it did. One scientist took his saliva and put it out there on the little test thing, and he left, and the other scientist studied it. The scientist went on a plane flight to somewhere, and the scientist who was observing the saliva, he noticed different interactions in the saliva at certain times. He documented those times. When he met back up with the other scientist, he mentioned to him the times that his saliva made distinct changes. And the guy he wrote down whenever he was upset, if he felt any type of emotion and why, and it lined up with the time frame that he kept. So he was about to miss his flight, and his saliva reacted to that, even though it wasn't in his mouth, man.
Wow.
So just imagine that's saliva that you just spit out. And that dies after about, I think it was like 14 or 15 hours it dies. But
Jeez.
Imagine sperm inside of a body now where it's warm, it's, imagine kissing, smoking, eating after somebody. Those, what you would call germs, that bacteria, it gets into a person. Jeez. So a lot of times we're schizo because we got a lot of people inside of us.
Bam. Not only DNA, but energies and spirits and headaches
and principalities
and drama. You could be entangled and inheriting a big old mess. Not to mention, you might mess around, be involved in a situation where she's pregnant, like on some what's that? Like one of those old TV shows, like You Were Not the Father, Maury,
Jerry
Springer, Maury Povich.
Maury.
With like, you might be involved in a situation where it's like, you might be the dad, she don't know which one. So now it's almost like, whose DNA all entangled with who and what did you pick up from the last person?
Those rules are always fucked up though. It's like they don't know who it is.
Yeah.
Like,
she don't know,
and then everybody's against the guy. It's like,
and then she runs off like this.
That's dude. That's the funniest thing about Maury that I always found. I always to this day even think about it. Like, how is he the bad guy?
They're all biased against the guy, right?
When she's the one that doesn't even know who was it, meaning that she was sleeping around. So how does that not equate to anything? That's retarded. That's so stupid.
Like, you might have to make a bit out of it. Like,
yeah.
Like I started catching wind when I started watching Maury Povich. You haven't noticed?
You are not the father. And like, boo.
And then she runs off like this.
Oh my god!
And he's doing backflips.
You was the hoe. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
But yeah. So that was interesting. I didn't know that. So that's crazy because the saliva was changing while this guy was somewhere else. Like his mood, like it would
How is it
effectively
right?
do something. Yeah, it's like almost like it has the cells are still somehow connected in some way. So like, that being said, when he's explaining, like, imagine if it's just saliva, what other fluids will do to you. That fluids
in other
that
areas
create life. You know what I mean?
And he also made the distinction of like not just saliva on a petri dish, but like, which is going to have an expiration date, right? It's in the air, it's touching the air and all that, versus like, what fluids are where and housed and encased by what.
Yeah, I think right now in this generation, and this is what's crazy, is like we have a vast knowledge of things because of technology and Google and all this stuff. So we have loads of information. I think I said this on Marisol's podcast, but like I think the thing that we lack is the deepness. Like while people before us had time to think and not always look up Google, like they could literally think on stuff and actually grow, effectively have change. Where now it's like, oh, well, I think I know everything. And so, you look up something like Google says and you kind of get like the basis of it, or you just read headlines and you're like, I got it. Yeah. And really, you don't have any depth on it. And when you don't have any depth on it, you don't understand certain things. I think our culture is becoming this big old, everybody's, having sex with everybody, because it's like we don't have, it doesn't have any value anymore. And everybody's just swapping spit and everything together, not understanding. No, if you knew that your saliva and your being itself was more was bigger than you thought, and it could effectively change somebody or effectively do something to somebody, how much would you wait? And how much would you actually, what would your time lapse be when you start dating people? Would you be more freely giving it away, or would you actually respect it enough to be like, oh wow, my body is actually, oh wow, I carry over to some people?
I'd argue that that it might be harder for young males to arrive at that point in life where they're like, oh no, I've been cheaply giving it away. You know what I'm saying? Like what level of maturity does a young man have to go through? He's like, oh no, F these hoes. Like, I'm not giving her no attention. Like, I gotta start rejecting and telling them no, and I can't, and focus to where you put more value on those interactions and entanglements and two ships crossing in the night. It's one of those things where, like, in theory, on paper, it's like, oh my God, one night stand. Like, dude, you're the man. Like, you met her where, bro? That's so crazy. Versus like, yeah, no, I try to keep clear of any of that.
I honestly think that it's like it comes with like opportunity. I think the more opportunities you have, the more you're able to say no.
Where you're like, shit, I got too much at stake. I got properties.
Well, not just that, but like, let's say you had 5 girls trying to hit you up, then you could honestly, it's just like easy for you to. It's like,
I only got time for 2.
I'm good. No, but in general, like, I think the pitfall is a lot of these guys that didn't get attention, and that's literally. I honestly think why the red pill space is so big for like the male thing, and I don't necessarily think it's bad. I just think that some of it can be taken out of context, but why it is because a lot of it, there's little bits of truth in it, and then they put their little spin on it. But the truth is, what happens, unfortunately, is like guys that don't have anything to offer beforehand because they're not good looking, or they don't have certain things, or popping, or don't have the money, or whatever it is. They don't get those opportunities that often. So that finally, when they do get a little bit of success or a little bit of anything, whatever, status, and then they find somebody, or somebody comes along and it's like, oh my God, you have that? Cool, I want that. And then they just kind of give in and we're like, oh yeah. And then that's when they start to spin out of control with the wrong people, and they don't know how to say no because they just didn't get that attention.
That's what happened to me.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because I mean, you go from being like just like runt, shy, timid, sheltered, overprotected, and just like not really the athlete. You're not. It's like kind of like, oh, you're funny. Like, I'll go to prom with you or whatever, or they might want to like maybe be your little boyfriend, girlfriend, nothing too serious, but like all of a sudden you have status and it's like, oh shit, you're on the radio, or like they just shouted you out, or like people in this club know who you are, or like you've got this look, you got this name, people know who you are. Now it becomes harder to navigate, where it's like, whoa, this is different. Like, what the hell is going on here? I remember one time, one of my first times getting hired to perform as a rapper in a nightclub, like a poppin' nightclub here in town. And I think my sisters were along to like help me, set me up, like part of the crew coming in, make sure, okay, where you got to be, what time does he go on, type of thing. And I think my sisters were there, and I might have finished already, and I think they were like, all right, well, we're going to head home. Like, okay, well, I'm staying, like, my friends are here, type of thing. I'm like fresh out of college. They're being supportive, and they like left. And then at that point, like, oh, well, everyone's drinking. The music's like, we're in a nightclub. Now there's like a chick over here trying to talk. There's like something else. There's like stuff happening. And I think one of my sisters was like, oh, I forgot to get the thing. And they were both kind of like, what's happening? Like, what is this or whatever? And my manager at the time, he's like a couple years older than me, but he was just, I remember him making the comment like, you know, they're your big sisters. You're their baby brother. They're not used to seeing you. He might have said the word sex symbol. but it was one of those things where it's like, they're not used to seeing their baby brother like in this context of like, it's a loud nightclub and these bitches are on your nuts and you got all these hoes around you and like you're like popular, you're the man. Like we're seeing you in this element. And he was just like, maybe they just got taken aback. Like, what the fuck? What is, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Cause I think in those cases when they're like, if like you do get some sort of fame and you have like a mom,
the
or,
gift and
like,
the curse.
Yeah. If you have like a mom and you have like sisters and stuff, those are going to be like like the girls that are trying to hit on you is worse enemy because like they're trying to like fight them off for you. Like, nah, I don't know about that one. You know what I mean? And honestly, it's going to be your choice. But at the same time, it's like they like can fish. They can sniff that shit out.
And there's the wisdom.
Yeah. Like those are the people that have to lean on. Cause like guy friends, most of the time they're more like,
they're trying to
just
get
go,
more
man.
access.
Yeah.
Like, does she have a friend?
Yeah. Well, I think in those situations you have to lean on their wisdom for that because it's like they could sniff out. Well, that don't seem right.
Yeah. Whereas your guy friends, it's like it's almost like,
hey,
oh shit, dude, more access.
Cool, yeah.
More access. Like more. It's almost like fish in a barrel. Mm-hmm. Like I remember when I first, like I would throw on the Chingo Bling outfit, and at first some of my friends like Lucky and his cousin, you know, they'd be like, dude, we dare you to walk into the grocery store like that, or like we dare you to pay for the beer like dressed like that, like be in character. We want to see this. Like we're gonna stand afar and we're gonna fucking watch and laugh. And then it went from like, you're not wearing that to the club, like we're going out, bro, like games are over, jokes over. You're not going dressed like that. And then they're like, okay, we dare you, type of thing. And we go to one of like the popping clubs, and one of the bouncers was like, hey, you Chingo Bling? I was like, huh? Yeah. He's like, everybody, y'all, who's with you? Come on, right this way.
Oh,
and then they were like, you need to wear that shit all the time. So there it became like, shit, we get more access. Like, employ it.
That's crazy.
And that right there is the cheese man. That concludes this episode of RPT. If you want some bonus episodes, and I owe the fellas and the guys and gals of the Thea a live stream. It's been a while. It's been a couple weeks since we even do a live. But hit us up, patreon.com/Red Pill Tamales. Enjoy the clips. Please share. Tell a friend. We're on like pretty much every platform.
Yeah.
RPT. That's